super excited to be here with Haltian at Proptech Connect. The reason we're interviewing them is because they've done something quite unique. They have completely mapped out the Proptech Connect map, so the whole conference, and they've put sensors throughout the whole area, including on people, which you'll see on Joonas's tag, is he's got a little sensor, and it's just tracking everybody through the whole place, which is so cool.
Yeah.
So, Joonas, nice to see you. Nice
Likewise.
to be here.
Thank you.
Tell us about how difficult that was to set up, because it's quite impressive to have that for just a 2-day workshop or a 2-day conference. So how difficult was that to set that up?
Yeah, thank you. It really wasn't that difficult at all, and that's basically our basic mantra, that we do really easy to install scalable solutions. So I'm just from marketing. I'm a marketing guy. I came here 1 day before the event, and it took me an hour basically to set it up.
This?
Yeah, this. So it's like 5,000 square meters, and just a few things on the walls, and then just pulling battery tabs, and that's it. Connectivity is, built in, so really easy to deploy.
So how do you get the map to begin with first?
Yeah, so we got the PDFs from the organizer, as we do with our customers as well. So we get PDFs or DWG files, and then we build a digital twin. Takes a few moments, an hour maybe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then we basically lay out all the booths, and that's it. The digital twin is then done, and then just a physical installation. So a total of few hours of work.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And now you have in real time everybody moving throughout the conference.
Yeah,
which is cool.
exactly. And my boss can track me if I'm having a beer or I'm actually working at the booth. So it's all good.
Yeah. And so tell me a little bit more about kind of the value cases that you see around this in real life practice.
Yeah.
Right?
So with our customers, for example, it's usually assets that are tracked, not people.
Yeah.
So this is just a demo for the purposes of showing what's it capable of and how easy it is. But the value comes from basically reducing search times for valuable assets. So let's say in hospitals, hospital beds get lost, measurement devices get lost, because they're so huge campuses that you waste a lot of time to searching for those assets.
Yeah.
And we can now tag them really easily, really fast, and we save nurses time, we save mechanics time at factories, and so forth.
Yeah.
So that's the value that we provide.
And in a way, you use some of the same technology in the office space, right?
Yep.
We were blessed enough to do the Metropolia University campus in Helsinki.
Yep.
We certified it as a gold level, and the empathic building, your guys' kind of digital twin platform, is in that project.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how it applies to kind of an office environment or other environments.
Yeah, similarly it can be used for assets, but we can also do all that good stuff that we've done, for example with Metropolia, with environmental factors and everything. So we can combine all the factors also in the digital twin here. So one platform, for
occupancy management, energy management, starting to get a good view on how your building is being used, so then you can optimize its space, you can change the way that it's being used in meaningful ways.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to come over to your sensors and just kind of get a read from you on what they do and how you should look at it.
Of course.
Take a look? Doing?
Yeah, so this is basically our bread and butter. This is our, we've been in this IoT game for 12 years already. And this is our key, it's called Thingsy sensor platform. We have air sensors, air quality, T-walk measurements, so forth. Similar things with the environment sensor as well. Then for occupancy and people counting, we have the presence sensors. Then what's really interesting is the data-driven cleaning. That's also shown here at the conference in discussions. So you can measure, for example, paper towel dispensers with these. So optimizing cleaner routes and saving their time as well, because they're also limited with resource. So that's really interesting.
Yeah. So these go into the the paper dispensers,
Exactly.
and it tells you when it's empty.
Yeah, it's basically telling you the fill level of that dispenser.
Oh wow.
And sends a notification when it's getting close to zero, so the cleaner can optimize their route, based on those empty ones, so they don't need to check every single one.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And these ones?
These are our leakage sensor used especially in warehouses and logistics environments. That some water pumps or HVAC units are not leaking. So we measure that. And then this is like a rugged version of the environment sensor. So,
okay, and this one?
That's actually our latest of this sensor series. So it's the radar. So it's for parking lot occupancy, loading dock occupancy, grain silo, fill level. So in a bit of more industrial applications.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this one?
That's just a gateway.
That's a gateway.
Yeah,
connect them all together.
Connect them, through a mesh network. So.
But I love the model, right? It's just putting sensors all over and then unifying that data in a meaningful platform that connects it all and gives you that analytics.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, we also want to hear a little bit about this new lineup of sensors from Haltian.
Yep.
You look at, let's start here. We've talked about the mapping of the Proptech Connect, and you can see everybody in live walking around. So you can imagine this for asset tracking in your asset, where you're trying to keep track of all the different devices, or in a hospital you would think about where are the different machines that you need, these types of things. So it's an incredibly powerful tool for asset tracking.
Yeah.
And let's just walk through kind of these sensors and how it comes together.
Yeah. So first of all, these small things, size of a bubble gum, these are all nano tags, which are basically asset tags. They're developed by us, and these are for these more cleaner, environments, that sort of asset tracking that don't require that much, waterproofness or battery life. So these are about 5 years in the optimal case. And then we have our partner tags here. These are more towards, like, for example, hospital bed tracking. So these can be used to track the beds through the cleaning zones, so they know that they are compliant with the law, for example, or compliant with the regulations of cleanliness in hospitals, for example. So that's one use case that these are really good for.
Okay, so these are like a little bit more of a robust,
exactly,
longer lasting, or about the same?
About the same, but more robust, so they can take a bit of a beating.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, what would you put these on? In this case, we have them on our tags.
Yeah, for a demo purpose, of course. But then these are really good. For example, we have customers in data centers, for example, really clean, really well monitored, but they need to track the racks. They don't move that much. They move like once a week or once a month, or that sort of thing. But you still need to know where they are. They can get lost. So that's probably the better use case for these.
Okay. Interesting. And these are then your...
Yeah, this basically is the innovative part of our solution. So this is the energy harvesting locator.
Okay.
So usually you have anchors that you need to be wiring, and that costs up to 1,500 each. And for this building, we have 5,000 square meters here. We have 12 of these, so that would have cost quite a bit. But because we don't need to wire them, it's way cheaper.
Okay, so it's like a solar panel.
Yeah, this is a solar panel, so it harvests energy also from indoor lights.
Yeah.
And it can be solely run on this as well.
Wow.
So you need to power it. You can buy it USB-C, but it's not always necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the gateway then?
Yeah, that's the gateway. So you have 4G or Ethernet basically options in here, and that sends all the data. These form a mesh network, and this sends all the data to
Very
the cloud.
cool.
Yeah.
So if people want to learn about Haltian, where do they find you?
Haltian.com is probably the best option.
Yeah.
We are in these trade shows quite a bit also, but I would say that through our website, that's the most convenient way for everybody.
Yeah, and you can also get in touch with us at the Smart Building Collective, and we'll connect
Exactly.
you for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.